Right, I'm going to go back to the IAF plane. Visuals of the plane carrying many of them from Afghanistan, the Indian diplomats, several of them who worked in Afghanistan, who are Indian citizens who have been evacuated, 120 embassy staffers who have now reached Jamnagar, Gujarat. Here are the visuals coming in, live visuals even as we speak. Over 120 Indians who are living in Afghanistan have now been evacuated by the Indian government. Remember, the airport currently in Kabul is entirely in the hands of the Taliban. Extensive number of challenges that the Indian government as well had to face in trying to get permissions to leave the airport, of course, in coordination with the American military there, who's also monitoring the situation of evacuation of all those embassy staffers, and those working for the embassy, who are Afghan locals as well, have been helped out of the region. And here you have visuals coming in of an IAF plane that's carrying Indians from Kabul that's now just currently landed in Jamnagar. Over 100 Indians, including embassy staffers, returned from Kabul. Here you have visuals coming in. Remember, you have Afghanis, desperate Afghanis wanting to take refuge in any country right now, given this moment, the kind of atrocities that Taliban has carried out over this entire capture, starting May 1st all the way to today, over 3 months. And here you have Afghanis now in no mood to be living in that country. Of course, unfortunately, very few options to exit on the other hand. Very few countries who have come forward to help Afghanis right now. In fact, India has helped several of them to take refuge within the country. Many embassy staffers, locals there who worked for the Indian embassy, their families have now been helped by the Indian government. They've been allowed to come to the country to seek refuge. But here you have millions of Afghanis who are desperate to leave the country but have no way out. Thankfully, here is one flight with 120 Indians, and some of those working within the Indian embassy is there, local Afghanis as well, who've been helped out. At least 120 of them who've been evacuated through an IAF flight that's just landed in Jamnagar, Gujarat now. And that's the visual that you see here on your screens on the left-hand side, where you have the IAF plane that was carrying about 120 Indians from Kabul that's currently landed in Jamnagar. And this includes many of the Indians who are working in Afghanistan, many of the embassy staffers, many of Afghanis who are working for the Indian embassy, who are now evacuated and they've been brought into India. They will be staying here until the situation subsides. They will be taken care of. Geeta joining us more on that. Geeta, we're receiving visuals of the IAF flight that carried 120 embassy staff there that's just reached Jamnagar. If you can take us through exactly, are these Indians, the people that we see here in the visuals, are they Afghanis? What happens to many of them who are seeking refuge in India? What's the kind of process they will have to go through now?
Well, the refueling is to take place at Jamnagar, but apart from refueling, you've been told that immigration work will also be done for those Indian nationals who would be landing at the Indian Air Base.
Right. Geeta, I'm going to cut you short. I'm going to try and fix the audio. Well, Geeta, if you can hear me, if the audio lines are clear, please go on. The visuals that we see here is from Jamnagar.
Well, the visuals that you see are of Indian nationals, Indian officials, Indian diplomatic staff, security personnel who were all there at the Indian mission in Kabul all of last night, and now are being brought back to have landed in India. Jamnagar is where the refueling of the Globe Masters will take place, but also we've been told that the immigration process for Indian nationals and Afghans who were stranded and Afghans who wanted to seek refuge in India, those people, their immigration process will take place in Jamnagar, after which they will all be taking off and landing in New Delhi. We do not know whether it's Palam Technical or Indian Airways, but it could be either. The process has begun. The Indian ambassador, once he lands in New Delhi, will be going for a debrief to the headquarters. The External Affairs Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, is not not in town. He is in New York for the United Nations Security Council meetings that were already scheduled in the past, and that's why he's in New York right now. But Hussein Tandon, Ambassador Tandon, will be going to headquarters, the PMO. There will be a debrief. In all probability, he will meet National Security Advisor Doval as well.
Geeta, thank you very much for joining us with those details. India Today has continued to track this development here in Afghanistan. Of course, the evacuation process of many Indians from Kabul that's currently underway. 120 Indians have been just flown down from Kabul to India. They've landed in Jamnagar in Gujarat right now, and that's the visual that you see here. 120 of them, many of them Indian citizens, some of them Afghanis who have worked for the Indian embassy, who've been evacuated from Kabul. Looking at the desperate situations there, it's unfortunate. There are many others who are still there waiting for government's intervention. Of course, as in when, we're hoping that help comes through there. Well, you have visuals coming in here. 120 embassy staffers reaching Jamnagar, and here are the visuals of the flight just landing at the Jamnagar airport. It's an IAF aircraft where you have 120 Indians and embassy staffers. Let me quickly cut across to Kanika Gupta for more on this. Kanika, if you can give me a glimpse of what we see here. We're looking at about 120 embassy staffers who've been evacuated from Kabul, brought into Jamnagar. What's their fate now? Are many of them Afghani locals as well who are working for the Indian embassy who've been helped out?
I think we are largely just Indians here. I don't see any Afghans on board, to be honest. I think I saw some at the airport, but they were on the American flight. So on this flight, I think it's just the Indians.
Take us through exactly the challenges right now, because we know that the airport itself is now in the hands of the Taliban. Have the Indian government faced any challenges in evacuating Indians at the earliest?
No, strangely enough, at the airport it was very smooth and seamless. There was no trouble whatsoever. The Americans have fully taken over the Kabul airport, so they had facilitated everything once once we had entered the airport. But periphery, everything was then the security clearances and safety was handled by the. Thank you. Was handled by the American and the Turkish forces, so it was pretty smooth. There was no rush, no commotion. I think all the people, all the locals had left from there. The Afghans that were teaming up yesterday at the airport have probably left, or they have been airlifted. I'm not really sure what happened, but there was no commotion today when we left from there.
We do know that the American aircraft just yesterday, at least 640 Afghanis managed to literally shove themselves into the flight, and the American aircraft had no option but to take them along with them. Did you see any of that happening with any of the Indian flights that were coming in? Many desperate locals there, Afghanis who wanting to leave the country at the earliest. Did they find a way out?
I'm not sure about, I'm inside the airport, but outside there was definitely a lot of desperation. There was still huge throngs of people waiting outside the airport perimeter, hoping to get inside somehow. In fact, at one point when our convoy was trying to enter the airport, there was a lot of commotion of people who just sort of lined themselves along those cars and, waiting for the doors to open so they could just maybe run along with the convoy inside and maybe get on the plane. So there was a lot of desperation, and the Taliban had very seamlessly managed to kind of allow to give, to safely give us passage into the airport, and they facilitated everything outside the perimeter. So they ensured that the crowds of people were safely dispersed, and they ensured that nobody got hurt in the process or nobody entered the airport, while this transition was happening from, before we entered. So it was quite smooth I think it was very smooth what happened.
I'd like to ask you did mention that the Taliban, of course, has taken over the airport. That's the initial reports that we got. You did mention that the Americans are now controlling the airport and ensuring evacuation process is smooth. Has there been a dialogue between the Americans and the Taliban that they will allow and ensure that evacuation process takes place entirely and then move out? Who's in control of the airport now?
Inside the airport, it is 100% the Americans and the Turkish. There is no Taliban presence inside.
Okay.
But outside of it, it is all being controlled by the Taliban. So it's so far they have not sort of crossed over to each other's territories. They are maintaining inside. They are maintaining outside. In fact, I think I saw the last batch of Americans leaving today. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen eventually. But I'm pretty sure that I saw the last batch leave today in the morning along with us.
All right, Kanika, thank you very much. We're going to keep coming back to you there to understand the situation. Thank you very much.